There are thousands of people out there with hot rods and muscle cars trying to put modern technology into them.
Do you still remember Overhaulin, one of the most popular TV series that changed the narrative, or perhaps restructured how you view reality shows? Have you ever wondered what happened to cast members who took a break and never returned to your screen? Join us as we reveal the mysteries surrounding Overhaulin members that will leave you speechless. Adrienne Janik. AJ was one of the earliest stars of Overhaulin. With her warm smile and gentle voice, she quickly became a fan favorite, known for managing the entire process and making sure everything ran under the right budget. AJ kept things organized with every project. She wasn't the loudest on the show, but she was reliable and kept things moving. The job wasn't easy, but AJ refused to back down. She fought through the intense challenges and faced constant pressure of being on TV. With 1,000 things in her mind, she still prioritized working at Overhaulin, and that's what made her truly special. But fans began to notice AJ's behavior. She didn't laugh much and often looked tense. As the seasons went on, AJ began appearing less frequently. She began shifting her focus away from the show and towards family. Behind the scenes, AJ had been dealing with personal health concerns. Even now, when fans talk about the early days of Overhaulin, AJ's name always comes up first. However, AJ's time on the show reflected that not everyone needs the spotlight to feel important. Some people work even harder behind the scenes, and they are the ones responsible for the show's true success. Jesse Combs. Jesse Combs was one of the most beloved members on Overhaulin. From the very first episode, Jesse stood out from the rest. While others focused on fame and recognition, Jesse preferred doing the job right. She was strong, skilled, and full of energy that could make any dream build come to life with pure magic. Jesse always had a passion for speed, whether she was on a bike or behind the wheels of a jet-powered car. It wasn't just about racing or winning trophies, it was about pushing herself beyond the limits. Even after her departure from Overhaulin, Jesse continued racing in off-road competitions and helped build custom cars. Later, she worked with a team that was building a special car called the North American Eagle. It was designed to make Jesse's dream of becoming the fastest woman on Earth possible. But life doesn't always go as expected. On August 27, 2019, during the testing of the North American Eagle in the middle of the Alvord Desert in Oregon, Jesse lost control and eventually crashed. Unfortunately, Jesse passed away at just 39 years old. The news stunned everyone. Even the Overhaulin team was heartbroken. Her friends and family were left in disbelief. Reports suggested that the car's front wheel broke apart due to the extreme speed, but that wasn't the whole story. In June 2020, her final speed run was made official. She had reached a speed of 522 miles per hour, making her the fastest woman on Earth. It was the dream she had chased her whole life. Jesse didn't die chasing fame. Instead, she died chasing a purpose. But the next person faced something far more devastating. Courtney Hanson. From the very first season, Courtney Hanson was more than just a team member. She brought a unique energy to the show and had a deep love for cars. Courtney's father was a former race car driver, so growing up around cars helped Courtney to understand each build with precision. Money mattered, of course, but even more than that, it was about connecting with people. But in 2005, everything changed. After just 4 seasons, Courtney quietly stepped away from the show. She had been diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease. She often felt dizzy and even struggled to walk. While other cast members continued restorations, Courtney was in hospitals, learning how to recover. The progress was slow. In the end, Courtney's journey evolved with time by choosing to stay quiet. Still, not every cast member had the chance to pull away on their own terms. Some were forced to say goodbye far too soon. Chris Jacobs. Chris Jacobs was an interesting personality on the show. Whenever a car rolled out of Overhaulin looking better than before, you could instantly recognize it was Chris who made it happen. For Chris, restoring cars was a chance to rediscover customers' interests and to enjoy every step of the process. While Chip was chasing big dreams, Chris was the one who kept things on schedule, so he tried to do everything he could for the show. But that relentless effort left Chris in trouble. He was always chasing the edge and trying to solve problems even before they happened. Then, in 2015, Chris faced something far more serious than any restoration project. While riding his motorcycle in Los Angeles, California, he was involved in a devastating crash. The impact was severe. Chris suffered serious chest and leg injuries, including multiple broken bones and internal damage. He was rushed to the hospital and underwent several surgeries. Recovery became his full-time focus. The man who once lit up every episode with jokes and one-liners now had to learn how to walk again without pain. Chris began to reappear on TV. His humor was still there, but his pace was different. He didn't come back to Overhaulin as a regular cast member, and maybe that was by choice. Maybe after everything, Chris found peace in living life on his own terms, away from the rush. His unwavering support towards Chip reminds us that every great team needs a steady supporter, and for Overhaulin it was Chris who made the right choice. Chip Foose. Chip Foose was the heart and soul of Overhaulin, known for his sharp confidence and huge love for cars. Like any process in the shop, Chip's dream life started from scratch. He wasn't just talking about cars, he actually lived a life around them. Chip made Overhaulin famous, but it wasn't about fame. It was his true love for every part of the process. From turning old cars into rare classics, Chip made sure each car felt unique. But behind his incredible resilience was a heartbreaking childhood that very few people knew about. Chip was born on October 13, 1963 in Santa Barbara, California, but he spent most of his time inside his father's hot rod shop, a place filled with classic cars and unfinished builds. His father was a gifted builder who believed in hard work and craftsmanship. From a very young age, Chip loved watching his father sketch designs. While other kids were playing with toy cars, Chip was curious about how the real ones worked. Interestingly, at just 7 years old, he painted his first car. That moment marked a turning point in his journey. Even when things were hard and people told him he wouldn't make it, Chip kept going. His dream was clear. He wanted to become a world-class automotive designer, but money has always been a problem. During this time, his girlfriend Lynn, who would later become his wife, supported him, not just emotionally but financially too. She paid the bills. She believed in him when others didn't. Soon after his graduation, Chip started to work for Boyd Coddington, a famous hot rod builder who was already a legend in the custom car world. Boyd saw Chip's talent right away and made him a key part of the team. Chip became Boyd's right-hand man. He learned the business and built a name for himself. Behind the scenes, however, things may have been different. When Boyd's company started to fall apart, with legal troubles followed by money issues, eventually they decided to split. With $700 in the bank, Chip started his own company, Foose Design. At first it was just him, a small space, and a few loyal clients who believed in his vision. He worked long nights, sketching designs by hand. Each project was personal. Slowly, people started to notice the man behind the creative builds. And just as his reputation was taking off, producers approached Chip for a TV show. That's when Overhaulin premiered its first episode on April 13, 2004. The show represented Chip and his team as they restored old cars. The show lasted 10 seasons, and it was a blend of hard work and heart that made every magic possible. Fans saw the joy of the big reveals, but behind the scenes things weren't always easy. There was one custom project where he worked 6 straight days with just 2 hours of sleep each day. His body began to show signs of fatigue by losing over 60 pounds in just a few weeks. But in early 2016, Chip's world came to a sudden halt. After a normal day, he started feeling chest pain. At first, he brushed it off, but the pain grew worse and led to a massive heart attack. His wife, Lynn, shared the heartbreaking news through an emotional video she posted on social media. The news hit hard and forced Chip to step away from Overhaulin, not because he wanted to, but because he had to. For a man built on adrenaline and big plays, stepping back was one of the hardest moves he ever made. Because the truth is, no one genuinely knows what someone is going through on them inside, no matter how confident or cheerful they may seem in public. But Chip's exit was a reminder that even the strongest among us are fragile. Looking back on all these names, it's clear that Overhaulin was never just about fixing up rides or chasing down classics. It was about people who brought heart and skill together. So who's your favorite Overhaulin member? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for further updates, and click the next video on screen now for another interesting story.